that's our objective. And today the theme is the works are disrupted because of the pandemic. Not only because of the second wave, already first wave devastated the not only nation but also entire world was devastated by this COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone knows that. So the working scenario has been completely changed. That is the first thing. Then family relations were totally disturbed because of the pandemic. We have been witnessing on social media platforms, news channels, newspapers, what was going, how the people were being how the people were being ignored by the family members because of this COVID-19. So at the juncture, it is crucial to discuss about the topic, how the families are getting disrupted because of the pandemic and how the works were disrupted by this pandemic. So I invite Dr. Kalpana Dixit ma'am, who is the most senior person, a life coach, trainer, and she has possessed many number of qualifications and qualities. It's a really an honor for us to be with us in this program. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am. Dr. Kalpana Dixit, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, all. All you are here to me?
Yes, ma'am. It's audible. Yes, audible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Today's this is India's war against COVID-19 series. The topic of the lecture is disrupted work and family relationship. I am really very much thankful to Dr. Rajarao, Honorable Dr. As I earlier started, see, there are many external factors which impact the family and our daily life and routine itself. And it's because of the internal causes. The main reason is the because the whole time interaction between the family members, though they are giving, they are sharing the resources, they are accompanying each other in all types of situations, but still there are conflicting situations because there is no there is no space to express themselves, and there are some ego conflicts also. There is the dispute on the sharing the work. There are disputes on the children's support, how to support the child and who will accountable for the homework and other co-curricular activities of the child. So these are the small issues which create ego concept as well as conflicting situation in the family, and ultimately this will cause the abuse, mental, physical, social, many types of abuse. So naturally, pandemic has affected our life very broadly and vastly. Now, if we talk about the some impact side of the COVID-19, the major impact on the small kids, and then impact on the adolescent, then impact on the senior citizen of the family, and mostly the woman and the housewife who is coordinating, collaborating all the responsibility of the house as well as the workplace if she is working. So, the work from home is also a critical situation because work from home requires a type of model where we can give we would like to give our 100%, but we are unable to give because why? Because we don't have proper virtual atmosphere at the home. We don't have proper physical space at home. We don't have proper facilities or like internet, Wi-Fi, and all that. In many families happens because at the same time the woman has to respond at the workplace, the husband has to respond for the workplace, and the kids have to complete their homework and assignments and other activities. So if there are no multiple devices, they will that will really cause conflicting situation at house and stress also. In both, if the both couples are working, then sharing of labor, who will do this and who will not do, and lack of proper sleep, lack of proper nutrition, lack of proper food habit, and no division of labor cause many stress and anxiety among the couples also. So that is naturally disrupted the family and personal relationship. The institutions of marriage in our India is now on a very difficult situation in some families or in some houses where they have a minimum space to share and they have minimum resources to share. And if we talk about the outside impact or outside factor, the maids are not available now due to COVID-19 situation. Helping hands are not there. So women are overloaded. And if someone is not share the responsibility, that creates also a conflicting situation. So that is also the disruptions in the family and personal relationship. Other thing is that the fear of sickness, the fear of infection of the COVID. So anxiety and stress combinedly create a very worst situation in the family and household. If we talk about the outside impact, the loss of physical space, I have already discussed. Now I would like to discuss something that's the uncertainty of things. The lockdown is continuous, prolonged, so it creates uncertainty from our part. Then also the family situation. If we have a joint family system, then we accept the cooperation and coordination of each and every member. But if this is not available to a family member or especially to a woman, so this will create a disruption in the relation, the daily argument, daily discussion, and small issues can create a big problems in the family. Then other thing is that the matching the work schedule as well as the schedule of the kids homework, their out of school activities, their co-curricular activities, connecting to their teacher, connecting to their principal, connecting to their school board, and daily many things women has to handle. So if they naturally require some support from the husband and from in-laws or other family members of the family. If we discuss about the direct impact of the kids, so we find that the kids, small kids are very much not understandable because of their age. They don't understand what is COVID and how this impact us and why we are not going outside, why we are not eating food from outside, why we are not going to mall, why we are not going to park. So it is very difficult to tackle and handle the small. As far as the adolescents are concerned, they understand each other. They are overloaded with their school and college activities assignment. The more screen time and the many more activities deployed to them from the school side and the college side, that will also create conflicting situation as well as stress on the mind of the adolescent as well as on the mind of the parents. So parents want to finish their activity by their own self, but the kids are not able to complete their activity because they want some outside support from their peers and their teachers also. So this is not possible at a time. So this is a conflicting situation. So what we have to do? I have just explained the reason and cause behind the disruption in the family. So how to cope up? Cope up is the major thing. How to cope up with the disrupted family routine. So first we have to maintain our proper sleep. We have to maintain our proper nutritional diet. We have to regularize our schedule by our own or by the discussion of the family member. And we can assign the job and responsibility to each other, or we take the responsibility by ourselves if family members are supportive. Okay. So, and we must have to ensure that if we can provide some quality time to our family members. Quality time means we are totally with our family, not on phone, not on internet, not on social media, not on discussion. So quality time we have to manage and maintain with our family so that we can cope up with the disruptive relationship. The another thing is that we will not try to help. We are not trying to maintain a positive relationship. Why? We have the communication gap. To resolve this communication gap, we have to talk. We must express each other what is our problem, what are our issues, and how to resolve it, and what I expect from the others, and what others are expecting from me. So this is the communication, clear and two-way communication is very important to resolve this disruption in the family and relationship. As far as sometimes we also want some entertainment time. We also want to interact with our friends, our community, our society. So we must have a proper free time and a space to interact and communicate with the other members of the society, our friend circle, and the family itself. Beyond of this, if we speak about the work from family, so we are working for home. We are working for the family, but we are not getting the conducting environment to perform at our workplace because either we have not sufficient space or we don't have proper virtual facility to perform better or give our 100% achievement there. So what we do, we have we have to plan our routine activity to maintain our work and lifetime schedule so that we can give a full time to our family as well as we can give the full time to our workplace colleagues, boss, and senior officer, whomsoever it may. So it is also necessary for us to we should join some community club. We should join some coffee club or online cultural and entertainment activities that can reduce our stress because stress ultimately hazard our health situation and ultimately impact our mental and physical well-being, and that will also cause the conflicting situation. And because we are unable to perform, if we are physically not fit, we can't perform our duty 100%. So that will create frustration in ourselves and in family members also. If they are getting irritated. So maintain this type of balance. We can establish uh, some proper guidelines. We can follow the COVID-19 norms as well as we can manage our time schedule and we can break down all the activity in small chunks. Uh, In spite of taking all the load on our shoulders, we can divide the activities in different members. We can uh, look after our child's daily routine as per their school routine. For example, I would like to say if they are their first period of language or maths or social studies, so we have to manage its timetable according to its school routine so that he can continuously involve in his routine and performing his curricular activity and we can support him directly and indirectly. We have to give proper time to discuss with the child issue also. It doesn't mean we are ignoring our child. Due to our work responsibility, we are not giving 100% to him, but whenever we get time, we must coordinate with his teacher or his coordinator or his curriculum head or his whatever the school authority to discuss his progress time to time. So that will also very much resolve the conflicting situation in the family because and we have to identify if there is some frustration in the family or there is unhealthy relationship, so we have to identify the reason behind it and we will sit together and to resolve the conflict contradictory situation there. As far as the workplace is concerned, two-way communication at workplace is also important. What we have done today and what we are planning to do tomorrow, that is very important. If we are not communicating, our senior officer and boss doesn't know what we are doing and what is our progress at workplace. So the two-way communication in the family part also and two-way communication at the work front also. other things are that very important things we have to provide some parallel workspace. This is a very good suggestion. We have to provide some parallel workspace since our home has not proper facility to perform virtually. So we can request our industry, our organization, or our employee to provide a separate, fully sanitized as per COVID norms workplace to us, and we can maintain the proper social distancing and perform our work there. As well as we can do a monthly or weekly meeting virtual level with our colleagues or our supporting staff to take the information about their progress and to give our feedback and to take input from our senior officers also. So these are some strategies to maintain the disruptive relationship as well as the family life and the balance between family and work. The other thing is that there are many data on internet and social sites are there. The women are suffered more. So I am here not going on this data and this graph. It doesn't mean I am not believing that data, but I just want to say that there are some 20,700 cases of abuse that National Commission for Women is reporting. Obviously, it was happens or it is happening now. But this is not the platform to discuss all these issues because average are there in the lower family, lower middle class family, or in upper class family. But the regions are there where people are not feeding their family or unable to feed their family in lower or labor class. Their conflicts are different types. In middle class, their different conflicts are different types. In higher class, their conflicts are different types. So we will not go for these cases or the story or the survey because we think we have to cope up whatever the situation is there, what is the type of family is there, what are the resources we have existing. We must have to cope up with that stress because this stress ultimately impact our health as well as this stress ultimately create a fear of anxiety, fear of insecurity, and a conflicting situation in family also. So we must have to resolve the stress as and when as on primary basis with consider our health and with consider about the COVID-19 situation. The other things I would like to mention in my prior concern that in some workplace it happens they are providing some interconnection and separate cabin also. So if the employee who can easily manage this, so they can manage it so that the conflict situation at home is also resolved and the employee can give the 100% output at the particular workplace. Some places they are conducting some online coffee shops, some virtual coffee shops, some entertainment clubs, or some gaming activity for socialization also. So all these approaches can work very well to resolve the conflicted situation as well as the disruption in the family and the disruption in the workplace. And now I would like to thank you all and want to hear your feedback from this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You have given some really fascinating, wonderful facts. Thank you so much. It's regarding family and professional life. Really amazing, ma'am. Your experience and the way you have studied and has done the research. Because yesterday you told me that you are not well, even though you are suffering with some problem, but you made it wonderful, ma'am. Really, I salute the way you have worked for to giving this much of information. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now it's time to invite Her Excellency, Her Eminence Sadbari Datta, ma'am, who's been the success coach and mind power expert, founder director Alpha School of Life Skills. It's really amazing to have her presence. Ma'am, thank you so much. And over to you, Sadbari Datta, ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raja. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Raja. Thank you, World Peace Commission. And of course, a big thank you to all my co panelists who are going to speak here. Dr. Kalpana Dixit, ma'am, what wonderful insights you have given. I was just thinking, how can I start? So you have actually started, so I can take the ball from you and
Okay.
take it ahead. So thank you so much, special thanks to you. So we are speaking here about the biggest war of mankind, I believe, like the COVID-19. This is something which each and every individual will be able to connect to. If you go and hold your mic in front of a 3-year-old child, the child will have something to say, because this disruption of life has happened to each and every individual, be it a small child or be it someone, a senior citizen, in their own way. And if we deep dive, going into the examples that we have just heard about, what may be the reason that we are all disturbed at work, at family, at profession, at business, at relationships. uh, so if you try to understand why, because we as human beings are very very used to maintaining the status quo. So if something happens new, if a big change comes in front of us, we are not very readily accepting that change. And this is such a havoc change. Suddenly we came to know that there is some dreadful disease out and we have to stay at home. Working from home, not everyone's cup of tea. There were people who were working from home previously also, but if you look into the scenario, many of us were not prepared for working from home. We were used to stand up and see our colleagues in the next cubicle. We were used to have a walk in the corridor of the office space and talk to our friends. And most affected the children, of course. Too much of vigilance by the parents. Just think of the child sitting in front of the laptop taking his classes, the teacher in front, and the parents are there to see what the child is doing. Such a life now. The musti is gone. The child does not know how to play, how to do all the mischiefs which were the actually oxygen for their life. And they are all coping up in their own way. But yes, we are disturbed because of the lack of space. Not only the physical space, the emotional space. We are unable to have that me time. Maybe, initially there was a lot of articles coming up that people are able to spend family time, quality time with family. Why? Because in the hustles and bustles of life, they were ignoring the members of the family. So now they are all at home and they are giving enough time to the family. Slowly and steadily, what happened? That became too much. People were enjoying initially, but now people are not getting that me time where they can actually relax on their own. Everyone were having some space. The people who were working from home, the homemakers, the parents, the senior people. Now everyone at home, their privacy is gone. Youngsters who were going out, meeting the world and coming home, they have equal distribution of work, play and studies, all at home. All restrictions which all the parents have thought of, that someday we are going to put all these restrictions to my child, everything came together. And now it is an overdose of everything. So though COVID has created the situation, but if we deep dive, we can find that we have added all the spices to it ourselves, not allowing anyone enough space, not allowing anyone the time which is required for everyone. If we try to look at this war against COVID in the perspective of what we can learn out of it, like every war, if we look at the First World War or Second World War, or even in our mythology, the war in Kurukshetra, we try to find out the learnings, no, what we have learned from this war. So what this war and what this havoc change has taught us, it has taught us to become flexible. whatever comes in front of you, if you are not flexible enough to accept the change and modulate yourself to be with that change, you are going to trouble yourself. So if I have to sum up, Dr. Kalpana Dixit ma'am has given so many inputs on how we can improve our different aspects. So if I have to sum up, I will say that war, 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 we can actually rename it as will, W for will, A for activate, and R for resilience. So if each one of us have that will to activate our resilience, I believe we can have a better world, because post COVID, again, there is going to be another change. And we are now unknowingly getting used to this COVID situation and being at home. Again, we will have trouble. So if we have the will to accelerate our resilience, it will be easier for us to accept the changes which are coming days we are having. So thank you, and over to you, Dr. Raja.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Very precious words. Few words, but very precious words, especially the way you have elaborated the word war. Really such a great thinking, ma'am. Really great. You can really do wonders with mind magic, ma'am. That is there, because it's not possible for everyone by using simple words and few words making this much of impact. That's very rare, but you did it. That's great, ma'am. Kudos. Thank you so much once again. Now it's time for Pragati ma'am. So we invite Pragati Sharma ma'am to hand over this program and to run it. Ma'am, please, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Raja, and I'm very glad today that we are discussing these things, because it's very important virtually. We are discussing, we keep watching news, and we keep, doing things, talking amongst our family, but it is important to talk outsiders also about it. So thank you, World Peace Commission, for organizing this activity, and so that we all can at least contribute some thoughts what we have. And my co-panelists, Dr. Kalpana Dixit and Sarvaj Datta, has already contributed to this, that what can we do or what is exactly happening. So I'm very young to contribute more to this. Now I feel I don't know what exactly to say, but still I just have few things maybe which I can just speak today. One thing which I personally was missing when I was not into a lockdown, it was believing in meditation. I personally feel. So since all the points and all major things have been covered by both of them, I will just talk about how the people who were not even believing in meditation have started to believe after this. When you meditate, when you make your soul calm, it definitely is going to create a peace atmosphere in your house. Families are disrupted because of majorly, one is illness, second is their financial trouble, and third is when, obviously, as Sabri has already said, that they do not get personal space. Whenever you just miss out on your personal space, you will definitely feel that, oh, I'm suffocated, oh, I'm not getting my time, why everybody's looking at me. Because at home, especially for the kids, it's like mama is always pushing me for something, nagging on something, daddy is always telling me to study, go study, go study, or the school is pushing a lot of pressure to them that, okay, today this project, tomorrow that project, make a video, this. Even people who are were very capable of making videos and online creatives and flyers, they are also very expert now, because so many things have come in last year. It was a growth, obviously, it was a lot of learning, but what I personally have felt that I only have two things to contribute here today. One thing, because since already things have been contributed, one is how much negativity are we accepting and how much negativity are we speaking. You watch news as an information. Do not watch news for creating a chaos in your own head. numbers will increase, some days numbers will go down. I know we all have to pray every day, every morning, make a routine of praying for everyone, that whosoever has left this world, please rest in peace. And please, God save us, God save the world. I mean, it's just a routine which we all can follow. This will unite the family. This will give some positivity around us. And second thing, when I say negativity, stay away from negativity. Whenever something is coming up, say you have a financial trouble, do not take it, because it will go away. It will not sustain for permanence. It is not permanent. If you do not have something, or say there are certain issues which I just don't want to speak too much, but there are so many things. So it will not stay with you forever. It will go away. So this permanence will not be there. So what you have to tell to your children, what you have to tell to your wife, what you have to tell it to your husband or your in-laws or whosoever is staying with you, you always have to say, it's okay, we will come out of it. You always have to be patient, because continuously if we will keep talking negative, it actually gives more and more chaos, and it makes a khichdi, I will say, in your head, that suddenly this is coming. And especially, and I also want to say this, uh, spending a lot of time on virtual platforms also give a lot of restlessness. Because if we are spending a lot of time, some way or the other, things are coming, they are coming in another, you do not want to see them like this, and they are coming in some of the other wrapped way. And when I say wrapped way, as in like you want to go for a positive news, but suddenly something is coming, and then Facebook, Instagram, say these things will keep on engaging you for some of the other things. So it's better to have a conduct in your house, that only 1 hour or 2 hour apart from your work you should spend on social media. That will also give a lot of peace to your head and to your own self. And meditation definitely works. I mean, this is what I want to say. In disruption and in this haywire culture right now, meditation definitely works, and so many people have said that meditation works. So this is what I want to say, since most of the points have been covered by Dr. Kalpana and Sarbari. So I want to conclude on this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Pragati Sharma, ma'am. There is a commonality between Sarbari ma'am and Pragati ma'am. Few words. It's powerful. Yes, sir. Pragati ma'am, thank you especially for mentioning the word meditation. That's a really fantastic, ma'am, because I repeat the word, fear is killing people. They are overthinking because too much of information is killing people. If we change the TV channel, we can see a lot of information, lot of misinformation. Lot of misinformation is corrupting the minds of people. Yes, if we focus our mind towards peace through meditation, really it makes wonders, man. Yoga and meditation will solve so many problems. Yes, sir. We are unnecessarily focusing on several things. We are distracting ourselves. So at this time, meditation will certainly save us. Ma'am, thank you so much for your valuable speech. Actually, you two are thinking at this age, thinking with that much of maturity. Really, that's fantastic, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, really, it will help us. And once again, I thank you, Pragati Sharma, ma'am, for giving few words but valuable information. That's I like it very much. Now it's turn to Caroline, ma'am. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't apply you. Few words, valuable message. You have to speak more than 20 minutes. We are giving you much time. Yes, because we have invited you especially on the last minute, because we know we want to get a lot of information regarding disrupted jobs, disrupted work, disrupted families because of this pandemic. So it is your responsibility to justify your role as a counseling psychologist, professor, as the chairman of Life Foundation. Now over to you, Dr.VJE.Caroline, please.
Good evening, one and all. I'm Dr. Caroline. Sir Rajarao sir already introduced me, so no need of introducing myself once again. Today our topic is really a fantastic one. The present scenario we need to discuss. I would like to appreciate on this platform Dr. Rajarao sir. Each day we are finding very fantastic topic, and I have to appreciate, sir. You're taking up the latest and which are very suitable to the present scenario, and this has to be a thought. This is a thought provoking, and this is very much needed that everyone have to concentrate for the welfare of the society. So thank you once again, sir, and also inviting me. Thank you. Okay, today our topic is, as sir expected, disrupted work family relations in pandemic. Yes, disrupted work. Especially, I would like to take up each and everything. Number one, because of pandemic, there is a great economic decline. Many people have lost their jobs. We have witnessed our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends, family members, they lost their job. Or if they have the job, there is decrease in the salary, decline in salary. Only 50% salary is paid because you are taking up the job online. Only software engineers are paid better when compared to other employees. So there is a great disruption in work, and that led to a great stress. Stress is high in the minds of the people, how to cope up the family, how to take care of the family with the economic decline. As we are human beings, we plan up a lot, we think about the future. So we take up all the financial plans and we arrange the money accordingly, according to our plan. And there is a sudden disruption in economic status of the family. Maybe they might have purchased a new car, they might have purchased a new bungalow or apartment, or they have planned for their children abroad. Like this, there are various plans, and all these plans have been disrupted. And this affected the psychological status of the human being, number one. And the second thing, because of the disruption of the work, there is not only financial decline, there is a lot of unrest. So it has created a chaos, it has created a chaos, it has created a confusion, it has worsened the situation of the family. When the family is in the worsened state, it mainly affects the society. Here I'm not speaking about the high profile people, I'm speaking mostly about middle class and vulnerable families who are economically downtrodden. So these affected a lot. The lives of the people have been disrupted. They are in distress state. So pandemic has created a lot of panic in the minds of the people. That led to a great fear, stress, and the impact of psychological, mental, and emotional it has increased and led to a great distress. And the second thing, because of the lockdown, even in the 2019, the first wave, we have noticed many cases, that is domestic violence. So domestic violence, domestic abuse is high in the families. So not only it disrupted the work, but there was a great mental abuse, and especially women are much vulnerable in the home because of the financial distress or lackness, and they also face the domestic abuse when all are staying at home and only few people enjoyed the comforts of staying all the members together, but many were in vulnerable state. There was high cases of domestic violence. We received, we shared with our psychologist this, and they were so scared to express their domestic abuse. And they used to give us some hints. They are undergoing a lot of trauma in the home and they want to come out from the trauma. But we are unable to reach them personally and support them only through online, through phone. When their family members are somewhere missing just few minutes, they used to connect us and they used to share their feelings and their trauma. And it was very high-tech situation it was for the psychologist and the women, vulnerable women who are suffering, who are facing the domestic abuse. So I would like to take up the points which are not touched by the other psychologists here. So number one is financial lackness, disruption of the family work, and the second is domestic abuse. It was very high. Only few members, I said, they enjoyed. Parents are with the children. So I would like to state age-wise. So the youngsters, as earlier the ma'am said, they miss the world. The youngsters would like to go out and enjoy with the peer group. But here, the children, school children, college children are missing the peer group. They stayed at home. They are imprisoned in the room, in the house, where they do not like to be in the presence of parents for a long period. And if they are with the peer group, when they move socially, their behavior will be improved, the standards will be high, and they have a mental happiness and healthiness, which is very much important. When they go out, they play and improve their physical health. So physical health is very important. That boosts up the mental health. But now people are in prison, what they're choosing, what they're doing. Even as a mother, I feel bad about my kid. They stay in front of the social media. They would like to use the mobile. They want to use the tab. They want to use the TV, laptop, computer, whatnot. This is affecting a lot. If you say anything, why do you stay for a long period in front of internet is going to affect your brain. They say to whom with whom we have to play. So how long they speak to the friends on phone, and parents do not like to do the mobile to talk for a long period, and they're attracted to the video games, PUBG and all. Very recently, I have noticed one child who played video games for a long period, his mental health was affected and he was hospitalized. And he was behaving so odd, even on the hospital with the salines and with the treatment, he was playing some songs he was making and playing PUBG. So this mental imbalance is increasing. They are unable to move freely with their peer group. They're missing the peer group. It is affecting the health. And slowly the young children, suicidal tendency is increasing. Those cases we have noticed. And if you see, the vulnerable state is about the elders. So children are in vulnerable. They are missing the peer group. They cannot move out, enjoy, play in the open ground. And elders who would like to talk with their age group, share their feelings, express and talk, always would like to talk with their family members or relatives. Someone should visit the house. They always want. But I notice the elder people are suffering a lot. As they are more vulnerable, we are making them to stay in one room. And I observed as a psychologist, they are in traumatic state. They are in vulnerable state. They are not enjoying, though the family members are in the house, how long the family members are busy, engrossed with their own work. Engrossed with their own work. So they are paying less attention to the elders. And elders want to have little chit chat or move out. A little walk is required, but we are not allowing as the virus stays in the air. And who is affected with the COVID, who is not affected, symptoms are not known. So we are making, as doctors also advising, especially now, early in the first wave, the younger children were not affected. Now we are noticing the cases from the newborn baby to at any age group, they are vulnerable. So very recently, I have received the call from the hospital, private hospitals, that 22 years, 16 years, 25 years, young boys, young girls, they died in the hospital because of the COVID. And I have witnessed the case who is of third year suffering with COVID. So now we are not allowing the elders to move out and youngsters to move out. So they are much in stress. What happens if they are in stress? Definitely it leads to frustration, leads to fear. Fear is in the mind of every age group, right from younger group to elders. So this fear definitely is going to cause a great devastation in the minds of the people. It is not a healthy sign, a good sign to have the fear. Fear is going to decline the immunity system of the people. So fear should not be in the minds of the people because it affects the immunity system. This COVID-19 especially, the people should have excellent immunity system. But if there is a fear of infection, fear of affecting, fear of causing death, fear of economic loss, fear of family members' loss, and very recently we have seen many people that lost their women lost their husband lost their wives, and parents lost their children lost their parents. All of a sudden, there is a lot of chaos, lot of darkness, lot of devastation. This has affected greatly. Psychological, mental, emotional health was disturbed. Everyone are in devastation state. All of a sudden turned up into orphans. I was very recently, yesterday I received a call that only a 31 years eminent doctor lost her life. She's having 1.5 year baby and months baby and a good doctor. She lost her life treating the COVID patients. See the situation. I tried being a psychologist. The small kids turned up into motherless, and who is going to take care of them? So they're losing their parents. Darkness is there on this earth. And so it is the time to address all these problems, and we have to support. So stress, which has developed in the minds of the people, it is going to cause a great anger, frustration, sadness, worry, numbness. All these are going to be created or affected in the minds and health of the people. So there is a great distress, and that's going to cause a great health issues. And if you see, there is a change in the appetite. Children are taking, though we try our best level to do the balanced diet, they're not taking up. They say, as a psychologist, I'm addressing and I'm noticing all these cases. I get every day one case of one issue. So they're losing appetite. When you ask, why, Nana, what's the health issue? Any problem? No, ma'am, feeling bored. I'm not feeling like eating. I'm not going out and playing. So there is no proper digestion. So I'm not. Yes. Can you hear me? Little head issue. So here, appetite is lost even for elders, youngsters, and kids. So this is the problem. Desires. They lost desires. They say, what future we have? We heard that it is up to 23, 24, 2023 to 24. This will continue even in the 100 years back, 2019 to 24, it was continued. So they are calculating. So they doesn't have proper desire. The future plans are completely banned. They are not thinking about the future. They lost the interest. They're making up difficulty in making decisions. There is no concentration. Concentration is lacking and difficulty in sleeping. There is a great nightmares. I may lose my amma. I may lose my papa. I may lose my grandfather. I may lose my grandmother. I may lose. Like this. This losing of someone is increasing in the minds of the kids because they are hearing. Though we keep them away from the social media, but still they hear from someone, and that is creating a great panic. And as their family members or relatives, when they are hearing all the losing of the cousins or family members, this is creating a great unrest in the minds of the children. So there is no future plan, no concentration on studies. They're losing. Apart from that, these online classes also not creating any kind of interest to them. They're unable to understand the subject. And the people who are in rural area, their internet problem is high, so they are unable to have their classes regularly. So there is a lot of distractions, disconnections. So this is creating a lot of unrest in the minds of the people. So because of the physical reactions in the body, they are developing headache, body pain, stomach problem, even skin rashes. And here also another problem we have to address is people who are suffering with chronic health issues like cancer or other tuberculosis or any other health issues. They are not able to move to the hospital. They're scared of infection of the COVID and they're staying back. There is no proper treatment. Even doctors are much worried that many of the people who are suffering with chronic health issues are not visiting hospitals and undergoing treatment. So these chronic health issues are already there. It is in the chronic state. They're turning up into acute chronic, and these health issues causing a great mental health conditions are imbalance that it is affecting them a lot. So this has to be addressed. If you see, the other one is another problem is OCD. Nowadays the cases are high. That is obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD it is called. You might have heard about OCD. There is a movie also on OCD. So it is obsessive compulsive disorder. That means whatever the work they do, they repeat the work. So during this pandemic, taking our hands, taking face, sanitization, this is all high. So we use sanitization, we do regularly, we clean up, hands wash, we do. But these people who are with this syndrome, that is obsessive compulsory disorder syndrome, they repeat work continuously. So doctors are also facing a lot of problem with OCD. They are unable to identify because in this pandemic, they have to keep maintain the healthy conditions. It is very important using sanitization and all, but they are continuously they're using. So they have to identify, are they doing regular cleaning up methodology they have adopted, or they are suffering with OCD. So it is a little bit difficult. So I have received 2 to 3 cases of OCD, especially highly educated, even IIT students and who are software engineer and tackling this cases. They are with OCD. I said, you're highly qualified IIT. Why do you fall prey to this OCD? And parents, they're crying like anything. This boy is staying at home and because of this lockdown, he's working online. And this boy is an IITian, but he has fallen prey to the OCD and is troubling us a lot. Not only is cleaning up his hands, taking shower bath regularly, not only that, but he is troubling his parents. If parents sneeze, he's worried, he's so tense that he will be affected with COVID, and is asking his parent to be far away, not to talk, and is not dining, having their lunch or dinner with the parents. See, this is all the problems the people in lockdown they're facing. So OCD cases are also increasing in the society, and also we know pretty well about the substance abuse. So using alcohol, tobacco, all this also very high. And very recently we have noticed during the first wave, this we call it as it is a disorder, abstinence syndrome. It is abstinence syndrome. That means the people who are addicted, who are addiction, that is drug addicted people, maybe with alcohol, they are addicted. So they say that to forget the sadness, to forget the frustration, we are addicted to this drink. And even government, they have noticed they stopped even wine shops, all the bars and all. And the people who are addicted with the alcohol, they have developed this abstinence syndrome. There is a lot of hallucination, illusions. They were high, and these cases were increased like anything in the first wave, and they're hospitalized. That we have in Hyderabad, good mental health hospitals. They were admitted in the hospitals, and the psychiatrist people they started treating them. So this OCD and abstinence cases are increasing very much. And there is a lot of suicidal tendencies also increasing. So domestic abuse are increasing, and this also affecting post-traumatic disorders, post-traumatic symptoms disorder it is. Means after trauma, that means people who lost their family members, or they lost their job, or recovered from the COVID, like this, any trauma which they have undergone previous, that they are in late a great tense, they are in terror, terrified a lot. So these post-traumatic disorders also increasing day by day. This is affecting the mental health, and it is very important. All these disorders has to be treated, and it is very important. We have to educate. So the role of the government, role of the social activists, role of the health authorities, role of the psychiatrist, role of the psychologist, role of the counseling psychologist, and health workers are very high. So many people, so we cannot say this family is healthy, this family is happy, but every family is undergoing one or other problem. Every family is undergoing some or other stress. Every family is undergoing some trauma. Every family is undergoing some syndrome. It is very important. We have to identify all these problems and issues, and we have to address them. Apart from the common people. So it is important identify the health issues, social issues, and address them immediately and support them. The main thing is everyone, the government, health workers, social activities, philanthropists, and counseling psychologists and psychologists all out nowadays, it is very high. So whenever you find any such cases, address them, pay attention, be empathetic, be compassionate, listen to them. Listening is also very important. Listen to them, understand the issue, and try to solve, and be with them, be connected. So, and the other thing is personal strategies to improve mental health is very important. So we have to be connected. We have to, as we are social human beings, we have to be connected. So let us be in great connection. Let us support our friends, family members, and whenever you find any problem, address them immediately. And whatever the help they require or support they require, morally, mentally, support them. Even financially, at your level, try to support them. Later on, we can think how do you get or not. That is different. So, and personally, everyone, it is very important in this pandemic situation to have very healthy habits. Okay, one should be mentally, psychologically, emotionally healthy. So that can be developed very recently. Even Rajarao sir and ma'am, the speakers, they spoke about meditation. It is very important. Meditation, along with the meditation, breathing exercise to improve the standards of the lungs, alveoli. So breathing exercises are very important. So every day, morning, evening, whenever you find the time, go for breathing exercises. Take up breathing exercises. Take up 10 to 15 minutes. Meditation is very important. Yoga, aerobics, or walking, cycling, any kind of exercises, any general physical exercises you can take. Exercises are very important to improve our health and have the emotional balance. It is very, very important. So we have to enjoy the activities, and we make our family members to accept this access at their age. Small kids, we have to teach little exercises, a little breathing exercises, and elders, we have to teach them little small steps. A little walk is very important. Time to have a good time and to have the balance. It is very, very important. Apart from that, we have to take up plenty of sleep is very important. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is important because it is going to affect your brain. So healthy sleep is important. Taking balanced diet is important. Avoid of substance abuse, and that is we have to encourage our family members or neighbors, our society to come out from the addictions. We have to support them immediately. And also we have to continue with routine preventive measures and make time which makes us happy. that is choosing our own hobbies, painting, art, okay, and for talking to our friends, enjoying our designs. And always we have to encourage the children who are in distressed and traumatic situation. We have to help them to come out and motivate them to take up their future plans, ask them to look at only the bright side. This pandemic is not going to stay for a longer period. Very soon, as the history has shown us, 2 to 3 years, they have come out. When scientifically they are not that much rich, but we are now scientifically in advanced stage. Very soon we get vaccines, so everyone will be vaccinated, and everyone are going to take up the healthy habits, healthy hobbies. So definitely everyone will have the social awareness. So definitely, I'm sure very soon they come out from the fear, come out from the trauma, and every human being psychologically, then emotionally healthy, I'm sure. So let us all together support the society and to look at the bright side and lead happiest life to overcome the fear of the pandemic situations. Thank you very much. And thank you, Rajarao sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Really a wonderful session by you, because it is already expected. Thank you so much, ma'am. I request Dr. Deepti Joshi, ma'am. Any words from your side, ma'am, before I'm going to say vote of thanks? Dr. Deepti Joshi, ma'am. Okay. Pragati, ma'am, are you there? Because we want to say vote of thanks.
I'm absolutely here.
Thank you. Kalpana Dixit, ma'am. Kalpana Dixit, ma'am. You have to accept our vote of thanks, so please be visible. Okay, anyway. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, because I expected this. While I was choosing all you guests to be this program, I expected, because tomorrow onwards, I hope C8 channel is going to telecast this episode. So many people are going to get benefited through this program, because there are many people whose personal lives were disturbed. I have seen in my personal life, in a week, in a span of 1 week time, 3 persons' lives were lost in a 6 members family. The family was entirely devastated. Never seen before. Incidents were happening everywhere. Dead bodies are floating in the river. So at the juncture, we are doing what we are able to do, because we are all saying that it won't last long. Yes, but we have to survive. So for that, we are giving that positivity. So it works. That positivity works. If we survive this, history will remember us, because we escaped from World War I and World War II. We have escaped so many pandemics in the history, but we are caught by this COVID-19. So at this time, how family members are getting disturbed, how our works are getting disturbed, how our professional lives are getting disturbed, you have given so many wonderful inputs at this time. So I will say, I would like to say a conclusion remarks. First of all, by mentioning the name of Dr. Kalpana Dixit, ma'am. Ma'am, really kudos to you, ma'am. Your experience, your inputs, really fantastic. You have started this program with a great energy, ma'am. So when you mentioned that you are unwell, I think I didn't expect this from you, but the way you started this program as a Virendra Sehwag, who started to show his dynamism, really, you have started it very well, ma'am. Thank you so much. That initiative, that dynamism has brought energy to this program. And then our Sarbari Dutta ma'am, really a magic. She is a magic to this program. I didn't know what she has spoken, but they have captivated my mind. So such a wonderful magical speaker. Ma'am, you are so charismatic while you are speaking. That's we really appreciate, ma'am. Thank you so much. And Pragati Sharma, ma'am, CEO at this Engage, really great. Speaking about meditation, speaking about positivity, speaking about yoga, speaking about well-being of people. Really, it's great, ma'am, because unnecessarily people are losing their lives by overthinking with this a lot of information, by corrupting their minds. So at this juncture, you have given a good inputs. Meditation will save millions of people if they focus on that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Last but not least, Caroline Vaikunta, ma'am. Really, we all know, because you have to know that Caroline ma'am is the managing director of CA channel, and she is also an eminent speaker, and it's a really pleasure to have her presence. It's a blessing to have her presence at this juncture. We have expected her speech, then she has crossed all our expectations, and she went beyond, because she has given treatment also. As a counseling psychologist, she has given a treatment also with her instructions. So how can we set our disrupted work life, or how by giving good suggestions, and how can we set our disturbed families or disrupted families? Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Deepti Joshi, ma'am, because we are going to end this program. If you are visible on the screen, actually Deepti Joshi, ma'am, is the moderator of this program, but due to her ill health, tomorrow onwards she is officially joining us. Ma'am, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to our family, ma'am, please.
Yeah, thank you so
How
much,
are
sir, for the welcome. I'm good. So actually we had health issues. My son was unwell, so I could not be present. And as usual, it's always a pleasure listening to all the speakers, gaining the knowledge. And I must say, the way you choose the speakers from wide variety, like I see a lot of diversity. So this is the best platform to include everyone from different walks of life, so that you have multiple views on the same platform without an argument. Like, people don't cross each other, but they learn from each other. So that's the beauty I found here. So that's the best thing I want to say. So kudos to all the speakers. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll see you morning. Thank you. Thank you all.